Yeah, I just want to talk to you about Pascal's rebounding. I think he had 5 offensive rebounds tonight. Do you want to see that more out of him? I mean, it seems like when he wants to, he can kind of go in there and be a kind of a power rebounder.
I think it comes naturally to him on the offensive end for sure. He's just so strong, and he's getting to the rim pretty easily, and when he misses shots, he's clearing everybody out and going and getting the rebound. So it's a big part of his game, and yeah, he's done a lot of good things for us this year, and that's one of them.
Wizards hit 2/3 of their 3-pointers tonight. They have some really good 3-point shooters, but that's kind of been a theme a lot for you guys this year. What's your level of frustration with that, and can this team be a much better 3-point defensive team?
Yeah, I mean, we let Beal get going right away, and then we let Bertans get going in the second half, and I mean, they can make 20 out of 30 any night if we leave them wide open like that. They're that kind of shooters. Those two, they made 15 of 19 together, and so we have to be much better defensively. I'm aware we had back to back with 8 guys, so I thought we looked tired. But I told the guys after the game, circumstances in the NBA over 82 games, there's going to be nights like this, and you have to be able to count on your defensive awareness. And, when you can't count on your legs or your depth because of injuries or whatever, you got to be able to game plan and stick to your game plan and be aware and be ready. And we're a very young team. We're not ready to reach that level yet. And that's what we have to try to do.
Steve, Mulder got off to a rough game the first game, good game last night, good game seemingly tonight. Your impressions of him and what it's like for a guy on a 10-day contract to impress early and often.
He's a really good player. I'm impressed by not only his shooting but his defense. Last night he took on a really good challenge with Devin Booker. Tonight we put him on Beal at times, and he accepts the challenge, plays bigger than he is. And when you're on a 10-day, it feels like every play is important, every shot is important. It's not easy to relax and just go play. And I thought last night was a really good indication of what kind of competitor he is. He was 0 for 4, 0 for 5, in the third day of his contract, and clock's ticking, and he just kept shooting, kept firing, kept defending, and helped us win the game, came back and had a great game again today. So he's a competitor, really good player. I'm impressed.
Steve, you mentioned, your game plan today, but, after seeing, excuse me, 1 second, sorry. My mistake. After seeing Beal go off for 22 in that first period, how do you guys kind of change things around and maybe throw some different things at him moving forward and throughout the rest of the game? He only scored 34 overall after put up 22 in the first period.
Yeah, we tried to do a few different things tonight, and you have to with great players. You have to try to change defenses, and so we mixed some things up. We played a little box and one. We blitzed him. We hit him. We did all kinds of things, and we never really got to him in the first half, and we slowed him down a little bit in the second half. But by that time, we were playing from behind, and it was a difficult thing to do.
See, we all know the roster you've had in recent years, but did you expect better 3-point shooting from your guys than you've been getting here lately?
Well, it depends which team you're talking about. We've had about 3 different ones this season. So I think we'll be a better 3-point shooting team next year.
I mean, you've got some guys that can shoot the 3 ball okay, but it's not often happening.
Well, I think the key in the NBA is you've got to generate offense and get the defense to react, and then that's how the openings happen. And when you get the defense reacting and you get open looks, on penetration and kicks, the ball tends to go in a lot more often. And we just haven't been able to generate a lot of open shots. but that's, it's not a shock given our youth and I think you'll see guys shoot better when Steph returns. And he's able to break down the defense. You'll see more open ones, and hopefully we'll shoot a better percentage.
What exactly is up with Draymond? He just had like knee soreness show up after the Phoenix shoot around. Is that right?
Yeah, shoot around at Phoenix. He his knee was just kind of tweaked, and it's remained that way the last couple of days. So he's going to go to Denver, and hopefully he'll be able to play there.
How about Looney? Just same hip that kind of sometimes tightens.
I don't know what it's the first back-to-back that we've had in a long time, and so he was questionable coming in, and I'm not even sure. Rick said he's out, and we went on with the game plan, and so we'll have an update tomorrow.
You started with Juan on Beal. How much of that is the confidence that you have in Juan, and is any of it just sort of testing what it is that he can do at that level
Sure.
these next few games?
Yeah, I mean both. We really like Juan as a defensive pest. Somebody who can bother offensive players and just also getting a look at what he can do. And we had the opportunity to do both.
Steve, with regards to Steph over here practicing tomorrow, what are the checkpoints that you're looking for as he gets closer to game action?
Just want him to get the feel and the get banged around a little bit, like he's going to in a game, and just normal preparation for a season. We wouldn't throw him out there on opening night of the season if he didn't have any time in the exhibition season. So it's the same concept. He just needs to get a little more scrimmage time, and so hopefully everything goes well tomorrow, and then we'll take that next step.
Steve mentioned some of the prolific, 3-point shooting from Washington tonight, but part of that was Davis Bertans, and specifically at the end of the game, kind of picked up a guy like that, big that can kind of stretch the floor like that. What kind of challenges does he present to your group of bigs, and what did he do that tonight?
Well, he shoots the three from 10 feet beyond the 3-point line. So when you can stretch the floor that much, it means everybody else has to cover that much ground. And when you're trying to deal with Bradley Beal and Bertans is on the weak side, that's a problem. So he's a great shooter, and he and Beal together are a handful. Thanks, everybody.